My name is Martin Jones, and this is P2 Corporate Reporting. ACCA P2 Corporate Reporting with me, Martin Jones, coming to you from London Bridge, as you can see. Actually, that's a fake weather girl image over my shoulder there. And indeed, so is this a weather girl image over my shoulder. It's going to reconfirm what I just said just a moment ago. I'm just going to go mini-me and show you just what I just said to you just now. Here we go. Here I go into the corner, and there you go, over my shoulder, proof that that is indeed what we are doing together. ACCA P2 Global Live Sessions with me, Martin Jones. And there's my email. So here we go. What is it that I am writing over my shoulder? What does that say? To be there, that was extremely slow. People were telling me things that I wasn't actually writing down. Turn my head to the left hand side. IFRS 16 on leases that is newly appeared in these new class notes. So it is important to have the new class notes to follow me. The contents there tell us that the first chapter is an introduction to the paper, but on the basis that you don't really have any technical knowledge, it involves a technique known as roll forward, and we're going to learn how acquisition accounting works, how equity accounting, combined entity in green, I'm hoping, is called a group. And a group is a collection of people and things that are working together under one body of control, which is the ultimate parent. Groups question with 35 marks, flip it heck. And there's an awful lot going on in that 1 hour. So it's of great advantage to us that we can abbreviate. So we're going to start with the standard abbreviation of NA. Does anyone know what NA stands for? No reason you should. NA is net assets. Woo! And we're around. So we go off to the question and start doing some copying. So here we go, sorted. And now we can start looking at the question in more detail. So looking at the question in more detail. 35 marks to give away, and of those 35 marks to give away, 8 of them are for goodwill, and they're kind of expecting you to do the goodwill up front. You don't actually have to, but unless you feel really commonly. Goodwill has suffered no impairment. It's the group's policy to value the NCI at fair value. The fair value of the NCI in S at acquisition was 60. 70. And what we're going to do now is we're going to measure the growth. The growth is just the increase from one number to the other, which is 100, and it's really hard. Question 4 is current issues, and you're talking about politics, and that's difficult. But questions 2 and 3 are analysing accounting scenarios using the written word. Absolutely. It's so important that it's almost compulsory to abbreviate. It's very important that you do abbreviate. You can probably doing accounting. And that 70, of course, you're going to whack it onto the balance sheet. For a huge coffee, because I do like their strong coffees. I'm going to have a nice strong £3. So what is that coffee worth? That's how IFRS 3 works. It's IFRS 3 this. So goodwill is 70, then we're going to whack it onto the balance sheet. Off we go. What percentage of sackedness would they possess? There's no such thing as a percentage. They're sacked, they're fired. Exactly. And that is the basis of control. Of course, the 30% ownership is worth roughly 162 now. It is worth, now of course that subgrowth of 110 is a reference literally to the net assets getting bigger, to the entity getting bigger, to having more stuff. Tapping a bit on top is called equity accounting. Okay. Punit has asked a very techie question, a very philosophical. Our shareholders is shareholders. So we're talking to the shareholders. Shareholders, this is what you control. shareholders, this is what you own. And shareholders, this is what you control, but someone else owns. That is the answer to your question, Punit. But you might have to add 2 of net assets. It's mostly yours, it's 900 yours, and 82 belongs to the other guys. But notice when we're